Okay, the other people I would like to talk about is the Southern Serpents, the squad that Jughead's dad, FB, rules. First of all, I don't get how they managed to lower the value of the land that Hiram, Veronica's dad, helped to buy. I didn't get that part. That was also a part that wasn't explained. Also, I would like to understand a bit more about the Southern Serpents because they just come in and then they're out. I think the series, they should just focus more on explaining people than having different stuff. I was so pissed off in episode 10, or I think it was episode 10, when you have Jughead's house party. Why are you dedicating an entire episode to a house party when you've not explained to me where Miss Grandy went? When you've not explained to me what's the deal with the Southern Serpents and Hiram? When you've not even showed me who Hiram is and what's his backstory? Why would you do that? That just pissed me off. And you think I care about a house party? I mean, I love house party scenes in films. I love Project X, but I don't want to see stuff like that if you've not explained all this stuff that's been going, the shit that's been going on in episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9, 10. You know, explain that first, then you can throw your house party in the last episode if you want to. That just feels relevant. The entire house party scene is dead. There's nothing going on. The two kids, then the other kids kick off at Jughead, and then Chuck comes back. Chuck is obviously a dick. He's a fuckboy to the next level. I also don't understand why Veronica was pissed off at Chuck because he did that maple syrup. That's the same thing I don't get in this series. You know, it's a joke. Get over it. These guys they want sexually harassing these girls. Were they? No, they weren't. So I don't understand why the maple syrup thing pissed everyone off so badly. And we don't even get an explanation why Betty has that anger stuff when she pushes Chuck into the hot tub and she wants him to drown. We never get an explanation, a real explanation why she has that anger issues and stuff. All we get is her saying that, oh, I'm tired of these guys doing stuff like that to girls like these, blah, blah, blah. Nothing explained. The other characters I would like to talk about are Josie and the Pussycats. I love them. They're actually good singers if that's actually them singing. You know, I just also feel we could have had a bit more of them. Not singing, but to explain a bit more their point of being in the series, because I just don't want them to be singing. I want the backstory. I want to know why Josie's got issues with her dad, why her mom's the mayor, and why her mom tells her that she should only get women of color to replace Valerie when Valerie leaves the squad. Come on, we want this stuff. We want you to explain this stuff. If you don't, then that just makes it a plain series where you're just watching something that's pointless. Like, people are just showing up and nothing. I know series are like that now, you know, everything's so plain, nothing goes into detail, except Lost. Lost is a deep series. If you haven't watched Lost, I would advise you to watch Lost. Now that's a series, that's something you sit down and you'll be thinking about years to come. I would tell my grandkids about Lost, but not Riverdale. No, I was very disappointed with Riverdale. At least if you don't want to explain anyone else from the Pussycat, whatever, Josie and the Pussycats, try to explain Valerie. You know, Valerie, what is going on with Valerie and Archie? We never see them together. That's the other thing. These guys are so friendly. They're going out, but we never see them together. We see Archie with Jughead playing video games, but we never see Archie with his girlfriend Valerie. And then at some point they show us Valerie dumping Archie, but I had forgotten they were going out in the first place. Are you taking a piss? I had forgotten they were together. Another character I'd like to talk about is Jughead. Okay, I like the idea that they got Jughead to get with Betty. That was a good thing because, you know, Jughead comes from the other side of life, and then he gets lucky and he gets this nice girl, beautiful Betty. That was really fair. That was the most fair thing I've seen in series, because normally they get a fit bird and a cheerleader to be going out with a guy like Archie in most series, but in this one they did something different. I like that. I like that Jughead, of all what's going on in his life, he actually got with a pretty nice girl like Betty. That was fair. That was something good to watch, and I like their chemistry. They suited to be together. And I also like the idea that we got to see a lot of them and how their relationship was growing and how the downsides and what they value, the both of them. You know, I like that. That was perfectly explained. That was perfect. Okay. But again, I'm gonna say this, Jughead does not need to narrate shit at the start and at end of every episode. He needs to fuck off. And what's with the heart? What's with Jughead's heart? Why does he have to wear it? Because in episode 10 at the party, I think it's episode 10 or 9, I get them confused, but at the party episode, he tells Betty that he's not normal, and that has Betty ever seen him without a hat on? So if he knows he's not normal because he wears that stupid hat, why does he just get rid of it? It's fucking stupid. You know, just get rid of it. He's not Jewish, is he? And that's not a Jewish hat. That's just one random dirty hat. Just get rid of it. Put it in the bin. For God's sake. You're chilling with the cool girls like Betty and Veronica and stuff like that. Why don't you just get rid of the stupid hat? It's dirty, probably stinks. The other thing that I thought that was relevant is when Chuck comes back from school because he was suspended, and then Betty goes over and then she kicks off with him, and then she doesn't just stop there, she does the same thing at Jughead's party. She finds Chuck at Jughead's party and then she tells him to leave. We didn't have to do that. We didn't have to see that. I feel like that was irrelevant. I mean, if she knows that Chuck was suspended and he's trying to say sorry to Ethel for what he did, then that should be fair enough. She should just shut the fuck up and move on with her life. Then in episode 7, back to Jughead, we find out that Jughead actually sleeps in the school and he brushes in the school and he also showers in the school. Are you fucking taking a piss? Like, what school does Jughead go to where there's no security or anything, or no one does double checks to make sure that there aren't any places where someone sleeps or whatever? Come on, that part was just unrealistic. I was like, what is this? Why am I seeing this? How can he be in that school and no one's seeing him? He even showers, brushes, he even eats, feeds. How does he get there? Please, if you're gonna show us something that's not true, at least show us how it's happened. How he manages to sneak into school and he sleeps there. I mean, I used to hate school, but if I knew there was a way to sneak into school and set it on fire, I could have done it. I'm not proud of that though, but back in school I would have loved to do that. I would have loved to set my high school on fire. I'm being honest, okay? So if it's that easy to get into a high school, then kids would probably be putting their high schools on fire every day. But apparently Jughead can just go inside and somehow, he's not even strong, you know, but somehow he gets into the school, sleeps there, brushes and whatever. That did not make sense. Also, the reason why Jughead is sleeping in school is because his dad's alcoholic, and that's it. That's it. His dad doesn't sexually harass him. His dad doesn't beat him up or whatever. So he left his home to go and sleep in school, risking the fact that he could get arrested. He could get done for so many things. I mean, you're sleeping in school just because your dad drinks at home. I mean, his dad drinks at that sea, he doesn't do anything else. That does not make sense, you know, for someone to leave his place, to leave his house and go and sleep in school for that. Because normally you expect someone to be physically violent towards their kid, and that's the reason they leave. Again, I'll go back to 13 Reasons Why. In 13 Reasons Why, Justin leaves his mom. He stops staying with his mom because his mom's alcoholic, she's a drug addict, and she has this guy and they all beat him up if he says something they don't like. Now that made sense because Justin had to leave the place. But in Riverdale, Jughead doesn't have a reason to stop sleeping with his dad. Most people have alcoholic dads, but if your alcoholic dad is not sexually harassing you or whatever, then there's no point to leave the place. It's not his dad who came around and beating him and stuff, you know. I feel that that was irrelevant. That didn't even make sense at all. Then in episode 8, Jughead goes to see his dad with Betty, and then he shows up to his dad with Betty, and then he asks his dad if he had anything or if he killed Jason. Come on, really? Is that realistic on any way? You go with your new girlfriend to your dad's place and you ask your dad if he killed Jason. I thought Jughead is a smart kid. Who would do that? Who would actually go with their new girlfriend and ask their dad such a question? Are you trying to cock block yourself? Are you trying not to ever get laid? Are you trying to get rid of your new girlfriend? Seriously. And that's the same thing that Betty does. Betty goes to her dad and then she asks her dad if he had anything to do with killing Jason or if he killed Jason. And then his mom starts laughing because she knows there's no way Betty's dad would do something like that. It's like, does everyone in Riverdale just accuse everyone of killing someone when someone dies? I don't know about you, but if someone dies or a kid, in my school, I remember a kid died in our school. Well, he wasn't shot in the head, she wasn't shot in the head, but we didn't go around saying that, oh, that kid killed himself because he had something to do with you. In fact, we all just shut the fuck up because you don't want it to be coming back to you at all or anything like that. But in Riverdale, everyone just goes around accusing their parents like, did you kill Jason? Nan, did you kill Jason? My boyfriend, did you kill Jason? Girlfriend, did you kill Jason? Everyone just goes around asking, killing Jason like it's something simple and someone can just go out there and kill someone like they go to the park and play football. The other thing that I find confusing is when we find out Cheryl says that she heard gunshots after she had let Jason go. But what I don't get is when she doesn't say that. Like, so your brother died and you find out your brother was shot in the head, and then they ask people to help in the investigation, but you don't come front to say that you had a gunshot the day you escorted him to go. What is that? I thought her, as Jason's sister, would come out and say, hey, I had a gunshot that day. After I let Jason go, I heard it. I heard the gunshot. Something wasn't right. Blah, blah, blah. And then they could look into it, see what happened. But she just kept quiet until they caught her. And why is it that when they catch her in, I think it's episode 3 or 2, I can't remember properly, when the principal comes to the office and she stands up and she says, I am guilty. Come on. She said, I am guilty. And then she goes to the office in the next episode and said, when I said I am guilty, I didn't mean that I'm guilty for Jason's murder. I meant that I'm guilty for blah blah blah, whatever crap she went on about. But if someone says they're guilty, you would think they're guilty for someone. Do you ever say you're guilty for something, but then you say, oh, I am not guilty? If someone died in your family and the police was doing an investigation, and then you stood up and said I am guilty, what are people gonna think? You're guilty for obviously killing the person that's just died in your family, not for some other small thing that follows after it. That was obviously something that the writers did to cover up the fact that they had made her stand up in the previous episode and she said she's guilty, so they had to cover it up. He decided they just wanted us to wait on to the next episode to see if she was actually guilty, but then she turned out not to be guilty. It's fucking crap, man. Why make her say I am guilty when she's not? Just so we can wait for the next episode and be like, oh, so Cheryl is guilty, but then you find out, oh, she's not guilty for killing Jason, she's guilty for some other crap that no one cares about. The next character I would like to talk about is Valerie, the lovely Valerie. She is pretty as well. I just wanted to put that out. For a skinny girl, she is so pretty. Because normally skinny girls, they are pretty. I mean, she's pretty, but she's also fit. Like, she's fuckable. You could fuck her. But Valerie is a really pretty girl, and Archie is lucky to have her in his life. I would be lucky if I had a girl like Valerie. But back to Valerie anyway. So Valerie is Archie's girlfriend, but we never see them anyway. I've already said that. I just don't know why we never saw them together. What was that all about? I wanted to see Valerie and Archie have sex, okay? Because they are together. Why didn't we see that? Why didn't we see them going out on a date at Pops? Why didn't we see them do something? All we ever saw was nothing. They never showed us anything about Valerie. And then when she leaves Archie, we never see her again. That's it. We need a backstory. How did she come to be where she is? How did she end up with the Pussycat Dolls? All we see again is just stories. We hear her saying that she used to practice with Josie and the Pussycat Dolls in some stockroom, but we never get a full story from her, Valerie. So I thought that Valerie was also another character that was swept under the rug. The next character I would like to talk about is Jason's dad, aka Jason's killer, the guy that actually killed Jason. But if Jason's dad is Jason's killer, why don't we never see him? We never saw the guy. Jason's mom has more lines in the series, more than Jason's dad. If Jason's dad is relevant, because it's obviously relevant if he's the one that killed Jason, because the entire series is trying to find Jason's killer. But if he's Jason's killer, why do we hear from him? Why do we know why do we see anything about him in the background or whatever he was hiding? What? It just comes out of nowhere that he killed Jason and nothing is explained. And if he's the one that killed Jason, why is it that in episode 5, when they invite people over to come to Jason's funeral and when they find the body and stuff, why does he invite people there? Why would you do that? If you know that you killed someone and you're trying to cover it up, why would you invite people there to make sure this investigation goes on? Wouldn't it make more sense if Jason's dad, knowing that he actually killed Jason, to stay out of all this investigation shit and to make sure that no one's investigated, that everything just goes under? But instead he invites all the people that he thinks that might have been criminals, might have had a hand in killing his son Jason, to Jason's funeral. But if they catch someone, that person's gonna say I didn't do it, and then they're gonna investigate and find out they did do it. Why didn't Jason's dad use all the cash he had to make sure that no one looks into this investigation? You know, he has the money, could make it happen. I mean, Riverdale is a small town. In fact, he goes on doing things that are gonna put him in more trouble. It's almost like the Riverdale writers, story writers, sat down and then they said, you know what? We actually don't know who killed Jason. Let's just say Jason's dad killed him, just to give people a final thingy. But there's no build up to it. I was like, what is going on? Because, you know, I have watched some really nice series in my life, but Riverdale, it's a perfect series. Nice actors, nice everything, but the storyline, character development, how they... Oh, God. It's so shit. Worst ever shit. Ever shit. Everything. Alright, I'm being a dick, but it's not all shit. It's just that it's just that when the story is dead and characters are dead, you feel like you've wasted time. I feel like I need my 13 hours back watching all them 13 episodes, man. In episode 7, Jason's dad, who killed Jason, and he knows that. It's not like he had amnesia and he forgot that he killed Jason. I'm sure he knows that he killed Jason. We're the ones that don't know that. He knows that in episode 7, but he's the same guy that goes out looking for Paulie. And when they find Paulie, it will somehow lead back to the investigation, and then they'll have to look into him and find out it's him. Instead, wouldn't it be fair if he just left and not go out looking for Paulie? Maybe let Paulie go missing, then maybe that will give the police something to do and forget about Jason's murder. It's either Jason's dad is a really dumb person, or the people who write this Riverdale stuff are just stupid. The other thing that pissed me off about Jason's dad is the fact that he found out he was guilty, then he killed himself. What the fuck? What the fuck? So what I actually think could happen is that maybe he didn't kill Jason. Maybe he was framed by Hiram. Because after that we find out at the very end that Archie's dad's been shot. So who could actually get Archie's dad killed if it's not Hiram? Because Hiram is the same guy that goes after Archie's dad when they go to that construction site. They're trying to put everything down, then he comes and he attacks them. So yeah, I think Hiram is the one behind all this, because he probably pissed off that Veronica's mom was kissing Fred Andrews, so he had to get Fred Andrews shot. Which sounds like a stupid thing, because if Hiram is a drug dealer, I don't know, I don't think he would actually give a flying fuck if Veronica's mom kisses some local guy. Again, I have a feeling series 2 is gonna be just as dry, as even more drier than series 1. So I'm not looking forward to that. I also want to talk about Jason and Cheryl. Is it just me, or did I think Jason and Cheryl had quite a weird relationship? I mean, obviously in episode 10 at the Jughead's party, Veronica says this when they have that scene where they're all talking shit about each other at the party. He says some incest shit. Incest is when you sleep with someone you're related to, if you don't know. So I thought that they had some incest shit going on. And don't blame me, but do you think the start of the first episode was a bit weird? When they're all holding hands and they are looking at each other, smiling. That was creepy as fuck, man. They looked like they had some incest shit going on, like sister, brother, sex going on there. It was... Yeah, so I definitely thought there was some weird relationship going on between Cheryl and Jason. I just wish they had explained that. You know, I don't support incest and I don't want to see it. I wouldn't want to see incest in real life, but you know, films are fine. So if you want to show incest, I think that could have brought a whole drama, because this stuff does happen, you know, incest and stuff like that. Maybe if they put that there, or maybe a little bit of flashback. You know, that would have been so great. Archie's dad got shot, but as I know Riverdale, I don't think he's gonna die. He's probably gonna stay alive. Valerie, she'll probably won't be back for next season. They can just get rid of her, because what's the point of her being there? Pussycat Dolls is just as pointless as nothing, because there's no backstory to them really. It's just them singing, and you know, it gets boring. You can just put soundtracks, you don't have to have them sing all the time. Yeah, so that's how it is, you know. I can't wait for series 2 obviously. Well, what to expect in series 2 really. Jughead and Betty seemed fine, so they're just gonna stay fine, isn't it? Valerie is not with Archie anymore, so that ended. They probably announced there's gonna be a season 2. Yeah, I'm not sure. But if there is a season 2, then it's just gonna be dead. I just want to see Hiram, but then even if I see him, I don't feel like there's a story, big story. I feel like I've heard all about him. I just have to see his face and that's it. Oh yeah, last but not least is Kevin. I just want to talk about Kevin before I finish this. I loved Kevin, no homo. His character was a lot more explained. Like, I feel like I knew him. You know, I knew what he liked, I knew what he valued, and that he likes shoes. He likes Veronica's mom's shoes. He was the only character that, you know, just showed up once and then, but we got to understand, you know, unlike the Valerie and the Pussycat Dolls and the other thingy, Betty's dad, who we really don't understand really a lot, and this grudge going on. And I thought, you know, the grudge that's going on between the Blossoms family, it could have been explained a lot better with flashbacks. This series, they have to use a lot more flashbacks. It explains a lot more, you know, because when you see something other than characters talking about it, it's a lot better, isn't it? So they should use more of that. I would like to see more of that in season 2. I would also like to see more of other characters. I'm sick of seeing Jughead, Betty, Archie. I just want to see other characters and a lot more reactions from stuff. Like, if someone does something, let's see them get arrested. And get rid of Jughead's narration. I'm sick of it. I love Jughead, but you don't have to narrate shit on everything. Get rid of that. Give us more action. And, you know, that I think that would be great. That would actually make Riverdale a great series. So I would rent Riverdale a 6, really, a 6, and that's it. I would not give it a 7, 8. Nah, not even a 6.6. It's just a 6. It's so right. It's all right. Something you watch when you. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I started watching Riverdale, I watched it when there's like 2 episodes. I watched the first one, second one. Then I didn't watch it again. I forgot all about it. Then this one time I'm bored. I can't find anything to watch, and I'm like, I should just watch Riverdale. Then I watched it. I fell asleep. Now that's when you know you're not into something. Like, that's not a good series. Good series are the ones you always go to first. You know, like something you watch and then you want to watch it the next day. But if you watch something because you can't find something good to watch, that's a 6. That thing is always a 6 or below, or a 5. But in all general, Riverdale, the actors are really good. There's no terrible actor in there, and you know, there's no cringiness. The cringiness is there, I'm joking. There's the cringiness of the cheerleading stuff, like when the cheerleaders, like when you have that scene where Veronica and Cheryl have that cheer off, or cheer off, if that's what it's called. They all cheer off for no reason. They can't even dance for shit. I feel like that scene could have just been taken out. It just felt like I wanted to pierce my own eyes out. But yeah, everything's fine. You know, it's just character development. Like, give us a bit of more characters each. Let's understand them. I want flashbacks, okay? I want to know what happened. What's going on here? Why do you just skip forward in stuff? I want to watch more action. Yeah, but that was it. That was my Riverdale review, and that wasn't even a review. That was just everything wrong with Riverdale. I don't remember saying anything nice. They should put more stuff, because now we know who killed Jason, and now it's gonna be Archie's dad. But put something else. Put another murder. Then another one. You know, so we can have a lot going on. Something you can sit back and say, oh, who killed this one? Who killed that one? Who killed? You know what I mean? Like stuff, something like that. But yeah, I can't wait to see the next season of Riverdale. I'm joking, but yeah, that was it from me today, and I'll see you next time in next video. Peace.